Yo, welcome to Crate 808 and another bumper special just for you guys. We are going to go in and review six projects in March 2022 with our live stream, the 808th Chamber, where we got our patrons involved, fellow rap nerds, to geek out over Conway the Machine's God Don't Make Mistakes, Tanner Talk 4, and we're going to talk about Lord Kayso's MOOR CHORES and Cities Aviv's Man Plays the Horn. And not just that, we also got into Slaughterhouse vibes with the rise and fall of Slaughterhouse with Crooked Eye and Joell Ortiz, and we got into a little bit of that drama as well. And we talked about RJ Payne's If Cocaine Can Talk 7, the rise of Nino Brown. So yes, if you enjoy this, go to crate808.com, subscribe, tell your friends, and just click like and click subscribe and get in the comments and let us know what you think to these albums. So yes, without further ado, first up, Conway. We're going to talk Conway, and these are going to be split up for you. So check out the next few videos. They'll be in the description down below. And yes, we shall catch you on the flip side. Boom. Yo. Welcome to Crate 808. Steve Piper's in the house, Free Music Empire's in the chat. We are live, and we've also got Raymond Ridge and James Midwinter. It's like mum's home cooking. Like, you know, when you get home and there's the meat and there's the potatoes. And that wasn't my home cooking. But for people who had meat and potatoes, that's what I meant. How are you doing, guys? Crate 808 crew in the house.
I'm good, thanks, mate. It's nice to have the A-team back together.
It is, isn't it?
A-team.
What roles would we play in the A-team, I pray ask?
Well, you know Ray's BA, right?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that, Jumbo? Why is that, Jumbo?
Because he's gruff, annoyed, irritated, won't
Hates
get on.
flying.
Yeah,
drinking milk.
Very easy to dupe. Yeah.
Yeah.
We hypnol him every week.
But every week someone gets saved in some unique way. So, Ray, so you're what? You're putting yourself as face here, James? Is that what you're saying?
I think I am face man. I do have a really big face.
You do. It's quite a big face. Yeah.
Did I tell you about my trip to London where it was empirically like sort of proof that I had a big
face?
I went into a hat shop because I was like, we were just walking around and needed to kill some time. And I went in and I was like, I'd always wanted like a hat like this. It was just a nice hat. And I was like, and he was like, we can measure your head if you want. And I was like, maybe, but this is going to be, and he started to measure and I said, I've got a big head. And he started to go, no, I'm sure and he just went really quiet as he put the measuring tape around. Sure it. Yeah. And he was like, okay, so do you want the good news or the bad news? And I was like, what? The good news is that you have a size 63 head. And I was like, okay. And it's like, the bad news is that's the largest size we do.
So you do. Yo. Quick reminder, if you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll be kept up to date with all that we're doing. And also, man, get involved in the YouTube comments. Man, we love hearing from you fellow hip-hop heads. We love nerding out. So bring those takes and just bring that flavour, man. And we might even shout you out on the show. So yes, appreciate all the support. Now, back to the episode. You do actually,
and I was like, what kind? You do cater for like bigger people as well? And he was like, yeah, tall people. And I was like, okay, so like I've got an above average size head for like a 5'10" man. Yeah, so it's the biggest size they could do was my.
Maybe it affects your balance, like, you know, when you're skating or when you're surfing.
I was a wobbly baby, definitely a wobbly baby.
Yeah, well, you would be with a big head. You would.
But yeah, this is where you get all that lovely hip hop sort of knowledge just stored in the back there.
Right there. It's massaging the back of his cranium. Yeah. I love that. Brilliant. I'm going to give shout out a few people here. Aaron's on as well. Evening, morning. Yes, we all know. Raymond Ridge is here. Today, 808th Chamber live. I just thought there's been so much. It's like just a tsunami of music, isn't it? All the time. Like there feels it never ends. But there's so much good stuff that comes as well. So today we're going to go in on Conway the Machine's God Don't Make Mistakes, Benny the Butcher's Tanner Talk 4, Cities Aviv, Man Plays the Horn, Lord Kayso's MOOR Choices, RJ Payne's If Cocaine Could Talk 7. Poof. If that takes off, I'll do the 6 as well. Rise and the Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse by Joell Ortiz and Crooked Eye. But today, before we start then, this is a lot we're going to get into, but I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have got for least hip hop thing in the last 24 hours, though. That's what I'm looking forward to doing. Ray, what have you got, mate?
I've got the. I've been doing like a whole lot of.
Is that RoboCop? Nakatomi.
No, it's Nakatomi Tower.
Oh, Nakatomi Plaza is Die Hard. That's right. I knew it was a 90s.
Hold on,
thing.
how's it close to RoboCop? That Ray? How's Nakatomi Plaza close to RoboCop?
Well, they're 90s action films.
90s action movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see where he was going with that. I know he's tired. It's 4 a.m. He thinks RoboCop's Die Hard.
No, it's basically said I've been on a spending spree on just getting a load of hip hop t-shirts.
How's that hip hop? Non-hip.
Right, good. Thank you I left a long gap so you asked the fucking question. Jesus Christ, you got to be on your A game. I'm expecting you to bring your A game today because, as Inspector Deck said, Die Hard fans demand more. Oh,
yeah, it's a pun that didn't need to be done. It was somewhere we didn't need to go, but I'm glad we did because Inspector Deck got mentioned. That's the only thing you're getting out of me there, Ray. For that is the fact that we mentioned a goat, and who needs more mentions generally. Other than that, I think work on it. I think work on stuff like that. Maybe workshop it.
I don't think it should be part of your type 5. Definitely not. No, don't go to the comedy store with that.
Die Hard fans too bad. Well, no one else thought. Does he really mean Die Hard? I think he does. I think he means Die Hard. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, John McClane fans, all the John McClane geeks out there, all the stands. I like it, Ray. What have you got, James? What have you got?
I don't know whether this is it's pretty least hip hop. I got asked to describe. Someone asked me about the podcast. And they asked me what it, we were just talking about it, and they're not really a hip hop fan. And they asked me, we do a live chat, and they were like, "What do you do on the live chat?" And I was like, the only way I could really describe it was, I said, it's like Oprah's book club for millennial dads, but if Oprah only bought books about cocaine. That's kind of the best way I could describe it. Which Oprah's book club is the least hip hop thing there for me, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. It's also a great little. I think it's Gen X. Are we not Gen X more than we?
No, well, you might be. I'm definitely a decrepit millennial.
God!
Oh yeah, because you're 2 years older. Yes, you're 2 years older.
And
I reckon most people here are millennial dads, right?
Yeah, I think so. Right. Okay. So that's good.
I just defy categorization. So I'm not having. I don't really believe in that. And the whole thing of like, we believe in how old you are. It's a 90s hip hop.
Hold on.
It's a 90s hip hop.
Hold on. You don't believe in how old you are?
No, like that mindset.
Another Jordan Peterson layer that we're going to get, like another alt-right.
Okay, so that's been the development of you not being here. I only mention Jordan Peterson when you're here. No one gives a fuck about him otherwise. Just do it to wind you up.
You held up books. You've held his books up
Jordan
on screen within the last 6 months.
I've got loads of books. I'm an adult. Fucking hell.
I've got loads
people
of
that have books.
I've got like Finchy. Read a book a week, mate. Read a book a week.
On his
I was thinking about taking these two down. Have you seen they're no longer on Spotify?
Yeah, I know Spotify is your Lord and Savior and your gatekeeper.
No,
but yeah, they're off. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they're off all streaming platforms, not just Spotify. But what are your thoughts on?
Oh, is that the whole NFT bullshit?
Yeah, it wants NFT, Snoop and Death Row. I mean, come on, I've got physicals, so I still use my CD player now and again when I'm working. So I'm not that fussed. But I suppose
you went through a period of downloading and just having a hard drive, didn't you, of all your music?
Yeah,
I remember that. You were very late to Spotify.
Very late to Spotify. I love having all the media there, and but there you go. That's just me.
And now all those haters who said don't do that, it's a waste of time. Where are they now?
But the thing is,
by their absence,
eyed up the hard drive.
I found out they've both been taken off, and I've immediately went back to piracy. Straight away down there. Right. Fuck you, Snoop.
Pieces of shit.
Over it.
Love you, but fuck you. Yeah. I feel you. Humans are like that. My least hip hop thing, very quick one. I had to unplug my sink. It was blocked, and I got a plunger, sealed up all the holes, and literally plunged out the blockage. And that was it. It feels good, doesn't it? Once you've done that, You think, oh, man, or beat chest. And you think, YouTube actually helped a lot. YouTube helped a lot. So,
what was your method? Yeah. What was your method?
Simple plunging method. Basically, block all outlets and squeeze the blockage out. And
you didn't use any chemical additions to?
No, because it's blocked, so you can't get the chemicals in there. Chemicals after, absolutely, but we couldn't. It was just plunge central, mate.
Can I ask what was blocking it? When it all was the blockage? Was it one of yours?
Don't know.
Or is it not suitable? If it's not suitable, just move on, because this will not be disgusting. Okay, we're not those guys.
I'm interested.
No. It was just a kitchen sink. I think it's probably just fat, mate. Yeah, it usually gets down.
By the way,
somehow.
Did we get an answer to does Ray believe in how old he is?
I think he does. I think he does believe.
What is that?
How old he is.
It sounded like, the government says I'm this age. It's not that.
No, that's not it.
Okay, good. Thank fuck. What is it?
Right. I'm going to go to the chat.
Not going to answer.
He isn't answering his age. He doesn't want to talk about his
Obviously,
age.
I believe
okay,
it.
That's what
I just don't believe it in the old man mindset of being like,
you're 42, aren't you?
Wait, 41. Yeah. 41. Come on. Just fucking age me by an entire year. Which I don't believe in anyway. So
I don't believe in the concept of time. Amazing. Free Music Empire's in, Aaron's in, Steve Piper's in, Osman Iqbal, yo, big up, Nick Sheffield's here, Ninja Rose in the house, Tim Rayhill. Yes,
yeah. Big up.
They remember from the last episode that he looked like Tim Cahill, and we call him Tim Rayhill. Absolutely. Toby Nicholson. Mate, everyone's here today. This is great. So, hold on. What's Ninja Rose saying? I spent years collecting stuff on a hard drive. Good lad. We get on. Then I got on Spotify about 18 months ago, and it's a godsend. It's true. And if I had the room, money, and time, I'd hoard.
What's he done with the hard drive? What's he done with the hard drive if he's gone on Spotify?
Let us know, Ninja Rose. What have you done with the hard drive?
Is it in backup for when everything's an NFT?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when everything's an ape. What are they? Ape NFTs?
Oh, those things, yeah.
I know. But right, let's kick it off then, man. Let's do it. Let's kick off with, I think we go with Conway the Machine. God, don't make mistakes. Right, I don't want to start this one. I'm going to let James. What do you think to the album? What do you think to the album?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I just want to go on record, and I do like Conway, and I don't want to. All these albums, I'm probably not going to listen to many of the tracks on them again. There's going to be certain tracks. This is one of those ones I listened to through and was like, that's good. I'll never listen to that again. Like, mate, the last track's good, but like,
don't make mistakes.
Yeah, that'll go on a playlist. I really like that, but the rest of it, I had a realization, like all the times that me and you have defended Hell on Earth by Mobb Deep against Ray, and then I kind of realized, the only reason I think I don't listen to that anymore, and the only reason is nostalgia that I defended it before. It is a good album, just not for me anymore. And the beats on this remind me a bit of like sort of Havoc beats, where they're just so menacing. It's like, when are you listening to this? Like, do you put this on and just do the dishes to this? I can't do that.
Yes,
it's too menacing and horrible.
Yeah, menacing is the word. It is. Some of it's on. You're like, fuck. You really got to be in a mood for this. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
I mean,
menacing,
there is a Rick Ross feature,
devastating.
and that has got like a Rick Ross beat as well, which I'm feeling. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. The Lil Wayne verse on that was good.
Yeah.
It was quite cool, actually. You hear Conway sing the hook, and then it's all right, not bad. And then Lil Wayne comes on and he starts singing it, and you're like, oh, that sounds just the way Wayne does things sometimes, just really good.
It's nice to hear Wayne. I'll give you that. It is nice to hear Wayne. I think it was interesting to hear T.I. sound a bit different as well. It was like T.I.'s on here as well. So
the Hyman Inspector.
The Hyman Inspector. The Hyman Inspector. But this is what I'm saying. It has got those features. So it has them big features, big names. Conway still has like this rep that seems to be growing bigger. Nice 90s reference for you. The rep grows bigger. But I was actually going to say, what I loved about this album, I actually love this album because although it is menacing, it's incredibly tragic. It's incredibly kind of devastating music.
It's very good.
Listening to.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Well put together piece of art.
Yeah, it's really honest as well. Like the whole like stressed as well. Is like, man, you're really getting into it. But he's not. Yeah. He's kind of more going on about people stressing him out rather than his kind of internal mental shit, I suppose. But
no, but he does have that. He does have that kind of internal, because he is talking about the stress thing, but he's also talking about like his son dying. I didn't know that. I never knew that. So for him to just, it's almost like it's the way he spits is so like not casual, but like, you know, when as soon as I hear Conway, it feels like it's effortless. It feels like he can just do it off the top of his dome almost at times. But he obviously has written these songs, and that one is so, God, that was just, and that the suicide of his cousin and stuff like that. So it is probably, I think a lot of people have already said this about the album anyway, but it is probably the most personal project he's done. But at the same time, ever since we've been in to Griselda, and Griselda popped up on this podcast a few years ago and we talked about them, I always thought Conway, out of every one of them, is the one that's bringing vulnerability. Like, so a lot of times I would get shot down for it's just coke rap, it's just fucking coke rap. But there were moments on them past albums where he has talked about his dad, where he has talked about getting cerebral palsy, getting, you know, shot and stuff like that. And I think on this one, it's just completely at the forefront of the whole record. But I thought just you know what I love about his album is that it has all that. It's actually quite hard to listen to, but there's moments of my favorite Conway project on it, which is Lulu. There are some moments that seem so on the Lulu strand. I'll just like, fucking hell, just please can I have another volume of that? Like I like the personal shit, but imagine another Lulu little project with Alchemist where he just does like 7 tracks and it's fucking hard and cold as fuck. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I don't know what you guys think, but
yeah, I like I say, the menacing stuff not into. I like the personal stuff, but it's not something you're like, oh, I'm going to throw a bit of this on. And and I like the fact that he put Beanie Siegel at the start, because he is like, he's better than Beanie Siegel, I would say. He's definitely more on par with his label mates than Beanie Siegel was with like Jay-Z or something like that. But it's not, again, I don't really throw on Beanie Siegel that much now. I mean, it's great. He's got some of the best verses of all time, the most like pain-ridden verses.
I'm sorry?
But like,
Beanie has got the Siegel. Pain. He brings the pain.
Sorry, you just used the phrase some of the best verses of all time for Beanie Siegel. I'm just a bit confused, sorry.
In terms of emotional output, I'd say, like, in terms of being vulnerable, he was like one of the sort of, I wouldn't say he's the first, but he's definitely a sort of pioneer in that, bringing, I think even Kanye said it, or someone said it like on one, I can't remember what tune it was, but it was said recently that he's one of the first to do that, bring that to the game. And I think, I think Conway sort of does it, but he's even more poetic, and he's got some great, he doesn't go, I like Benny better in terms of my enjoyment, because Benny can switch up flows a bit more, but Conway can do it because he throws in some like really nice like change up of rhythm and stuff. He's obviously a fucking great rapper. Just this project, I'm just not going to bump this when I'm going to the shop to pick up some sparkling water.
That's how we listen. It's how we listen, right? And I love having that personal shit. But then I listen to a lot of Conway grimy shit, so it's quite nice to hear that. But I thought what's interesting about like what you just said there is like him and Benny, they're all performing at such a high level. I want to go into a few tracks with Conway especially, and hearing Beanie Siegel after being shot, like that it just sounds mad. And he had a lung removed and stuff like that. I just think Beanie now, like sounding like that, it's amazing to hear him. But that's a really emotional track load, I thought. Like both victims of shootings going into that. But I thought so much more. I have to think they work in the coke rap realm, yeah, right?
I thought you said the warehouse.
Coke rap.
The coke rap warehouse.
They might still do. The thing is, what is he saying that other track where he goes, you know what, I spent my first advance on was a brick. Like I spent my advance on a brick. And you think shit, like but I thought there isn't that vulnerability in coke rap as much now. I don't see it as much. Prodigy had it, like, you know, he had that vulnerability. Pusha had it as well at times. He was ultimately more menacing with it. But I think Conway, every time I hear him rap, I always think his like, I don't know what it is, his wavelength somehow hits me in the soul, like more than most rappers. It's just the way he rhymes. I just want to give him a fucking hug.
I like his little laugh.
Before. I want to give him a hug.
The little laugh he does.
The ad-lib is great. Superb ad-lib. But I think the thing about Conway on this as well, he has that Tupac energy of just being raw and drawing you in so you actually feel something rather than just hearing the coke raps, which are amazing. Like he has those as well. I want to shout out drum work for a second because I think that is one of them where his hitting my soul chakra. But there's this feature on it by this MC. What's her name now? This is the hardest name to say. 7XVE the Genius. So if anyone knows that, please let me know how to pronounce that. But she even says, I've never heard her before. And she says, I've got more things to worry about than how you can say my name. So already she's coming up against people asking her how to say her name.
Stupid for the sake of a lyric. I'm going to have a really difficult to pronounce name. I'm going to refer to it as my right.
I don't think she.
Why don't you just
got fed up with it.
Why don't you just use language correctly? Why don't you just spell your name properly?
Make your life easier, darling.
Yeah, imagine that on the phone. There are people that name their kids something a 17-syllable first name, and every time you're on the phone to your bank, oh, sorry, what's your? Oh, okay, did you spell that out for me? Like you're literally making your life more difficult forever.
Just as a caveat, I don't think that's just a line I picked out. It's the first verse I've heard of hers.
I don't care. I'm laying into it.
I don't think she fashioned it just for that line, but she is fucking brilliant. Like. She is, that was the standout thing when I first heard this whole album. I've heard Conway go deep before and it was tragic, but hearing a different voice I've not heard before, it felt like, we're going to go into Features of the Year because I think there's 2 albums in what we're going to talk about where there are candidates. I would put her as one of my candidates for Feature of the Year already because I love it so much. People out there in the chat, let us know your Feature of the Year, but I also know
I've already got Feature of the Year.
Yeah, I was going to say there's one on Talent Talk 4, and it's one of Ray's favourites.
Yeah, that's definitely so far the feature of the year.
I think J. Cole may have that crown at the moment. But yeah, quickly running through a few tracks I had that I loved. You said God Don't Make Mistakes. Here's one for you, right? If that is one of Conway's best songs, already. You said you picked it out. I think a lot of people who don't listen to Conway generally will go into that song. I would put it as song of the year candidate and definitely first of the year candidate. That is one full-on bodied verse featured off. You talk about feature of the year. Conway's mum's feature at the end of that is fucking. It just hits you fucking hard, man. And I think I talked to you about that pack energy, but like the what ifs of life, I always find them fascinating. Anyway, like sliding doors moments and the way he just makes this whole song. And then reminds you that this is fucking not great. Being shot isn't something to be put up there.
As opposed to, I get what you mean.
But you know what I mean? Like some artists do like 50, he was aspiring to be that myth. Whereas Conway doesn't, he's like, I can't feel the feeling in my legs. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm bloated from the medication and shit like that. And you think, fuck me, that's hard to hear. But then at the same time, I think Conway in the last few projects has had signs of hope in a lot of his music. So it's a nice balance he's striking at the moment. And I just want to talk about Alchemist. I know we talk about him all the time, Ray, but I think at some point you have to realise when he's got the standout tracks on here, Piano Love's fucking amazing. I love that track. Obviously, God Don't Make Mistakes as well. And I think at some point you have to start talking about his Alchemist legacy, which has got such volume to it now that I could, if I'd spent time on it, a 24-hour Spotify playlist. Hold on, actually, there's a call to arms for everyone. Not a fucking
chance in hell. Jesus Christ.
I think I could do that quite easily.
Is this going to be like a Shia LaBeouf thing where we all sit and watch and listen to it and just doze off?
Doze off, throw
just
up
look
in the back.
Generally like totally perturbed by it, yeah.
But saying that, right, I've got to say this to everyone in the chat, to you guys, at crate808@gmail.com, hit us up on the mailbag if we are doing the Alchemist playlist.
They've been correcting us on the threads. Love the genius.
I'll be going in. At the end of this. But
love the genius.
Love the genius. Okay.
No, that's a name. Look at the thread.
Yes, I know. That actually works. That's amazing. I didn't know that. That's brilliant. But top 3 beats for Al. If you have got top 3 beats for Al in the playlist, hit me up. I want to know, and we can start making that playlist. I'd like to know that. But yes, Piano Love, I said. Chanel Pearls, by the way. Fucking hell. Jill Scott rapping. Jill Scott's on here, but she's rapping. Brilliant. I think there's twists and turns like that on this album that are not as ambitious from A King to a God, maybe, but they're still there. And Wild Chapters, as we said earlier. John Woo fucking flick. What a fucking track as well. Have you seen the video, by the way? To any? I know Ray doesn't watch them. The John Woo flick.
Why doesn't Ray watch them?
Because I'm an adult and I ain't got fucking time to sit around going, oh, let's put MTV on, MTV Base. Oh, I want to watch what's happening.
No one's got. MTV doesn't even do music videos anymore.
That's what I mean. I'm still taking the piss. I'm not. No one's sitting in front of MTV like we used to. And
that's what YouTube
is. That what you're doing? You've got Conway on. You're doing your washing. You've got a screen here, and you're watching it. When are you fitting this in? When are you fitting this in?
It's like to watch the videos.
It's just a piece of art you might want to watch, mate. It's all right. You don't have to.
I know. Some people make some good videos.
Yeah, but you watch every one of the videos.
No, I don't.
Well, how do you know which one's good then?
Because I watch the one that I like and say that's good.
How do you know you like it without watching all of them? That's the same thing about listening to all this music.
Watch one Ray, you're going down in the weeds, my man. Come back to us. What I'm saying to you is this: that video probably needs peeping just for the fact you have Conway holding a baby, probably his baby, I'd have thought, because he's quite authentic and real, and shouting "Spray 80" and then the baby woke up as the hook to John Woo Flick, and then you've got him holding an automatic weapon with the baby, and and it's just a real weird collage of. It's very striking and actually like, fuck, I think that's like, I don't know, it just really stuck with me. An image that's always going to stick with me. I think Conway with an automatic and a semi-automatic.
That'll get you a call from social services, that will in real life, kids.
It will. Including bars like this on John Woo Flick that I love, by the way. Compare Derringer to RZA. Okay,
no,
people are doing that.
Instantly, no.
I'm compared to guys who'll stab you in the face with scissors.
That's good.
That's the hardest. That's a fucking hard line. That is like, shit. Like, I thought on the first line, I thought he was going somewhere else, like compare Derringer to RZA. You think, who are you compared to? Oh, people who stab people in the face.
I like that.
Scissors.
I like he is funny sometimes.
Oh yeah,
he's got an amusing sense of humor. My favourite Conway line isn't on this album, but it's on Hell on Earth from last year. Has anyone else thought about the the bit at the end where he says, where is it? I get my chef, it's literally the last lines, and he says, I get my chef on any career I step on. The fuck I look like putting a dress on? And you're like, no one asked, mate, but you're just ending the verse with that. It always makes me laugh every time.
yeah, that's good. That is good. There's also crime stories of shootouts outside of daycare centres on Piano Love, which is another one that I was like, this guy's just fucking hard as fuck, man. But yes, okay, let's go to the chat, then we'll move on to the next album. Let's see what people are saying. Sorry, we've been ignoring you guys, but let's go in now.
You guys can feel like me and Ray for a change.
That is, come on, I don't ignore you guys. So Steve Piper, my CD collection is getting out of hand. Oh, still, I'd like a rough number on that, Steve. I would like to know how many roughly you've got. Yeah, absolutely. Free music. Oh, RIP my hard drive. Pour out a little liquor. Aaron, by the way, OC's Jules is on Spotify now. Oh, I did not know that. OC's Jules on Spotify. There, Ray. That is.
I was listening to Time's Up the other day. Great song.
Time's Up is a all-timer, mate.
I think from these comments,
90s Alien playlist.
Well, yeah, that should be on there. I think from these comments, I've got a new business venture, which is a hip-hop themed hard drive. All these rappers doing NFTs and shit. Your 90s rappers, your fan base isn't into that. They want hard drives.
They want their hard drives. There we go. I like it. Ninja Rose, I have 2 hard drives with about 200 gigs on it. Oh, fucking hell. So I have a hard drive once and went with me and I lost it all. Oh, I can't even. I've had the pain of Conway. I can't go there with your hard drive, my man. But Conway's one of my favourite MCs of all time. Payne music, says Ninja Rose. Fucking hell, that's true. Very boldy for Payne music, says Free Music. But here we go. Aaron, Ninja Rose, what else have we got? Oh, Free Music. That Jill Scott song is so dope. I am with you there, mate. It is Love the Genius, as Ray has pointed out. Steve Piper, thank you very much. And Ninja Rose, The Alchemist, is the most diverse producer to ever live. Lane hopping effortlessly. I'm just going to go to Ray now. Ray's camera.
No, the thing is, when he actually puts drums on his tracks, which he does, they're ridiculous. But there's so many tracks where I'm like, oh, wait for the beat to drop. Oh shit! Wait, the track's finished. There's no beat. And it's just like, I don't understand the thought process of just whole in the studio going, yeah. And surely the part of that process is like, oh, I'm going to put some sick drums on this. And just that moment of like, you know what? I'm not going to put these on. Mate, I'm done. It's finished.
See, I was thinking about this the other day. I was rewatching Hip Hop Evolution because my girlfriend's not seen it, and with the Cool Herc part where he's taking the break beats and stuff like that. Imagine if Cool Herc had been like, I'm not going to do the drum sections, the cool breakdown drum sections. I'm going to just do a bit of strings or something like that and mix that together. Imagine if the whole of hip hop culture had come from that instead, and Ray right now would be going, "Oh, this new stuff with beats on it.
This would be a fucking.
My head's going back. I don't like it. Don't like this.
This would be a fucking Oasis podcast. Get the fuck out of here. That'll be it.
It'd be Oasis podcast. There is a really good Oasis podcast out there, by the way, for people who are fans. But okay, well there you go. Here's one from Ninja Rose. I want to go to Tanner Talk 4 before we go into your selections, Ray. But Tanner Talk 4. Before we do, Ninja Rose hit me up. I think it was on YouTube, and he did ask me this, and I thought I'd present it to you guys, see what your thoughts are. Now, here's a mind bender for you, and obviously you reply once you have your head round it. So maybe it's not for this episode, maybe it's for the next one. But I thought the other day, if you were to put Griselda in Wu-Tang, where would the MCs rank? That's just including the main guys. So Conway, Benny, Westside, Mac, and Boldy. In the Wu, where would they rank? I think I might let you stew on that.
Definitely not bottom. Definitely not bottom.
Yeah, well, no.
Worse.
No. Well,
Boldy's pretty low.
I'm going to let
Inspector Deck's still top, obviously. Oh, no, Meth. Meth, Inspector Deck at the top. Then there's just a colossal gap, and there's everyone else. Oh, actually, Benny's up. Benny's up there. Benny's up there as well. Yeah, Benny is fucking hell. Benny smashes it.
Right, just so we're going into Tanner Talk 4.
Yeah, but this is Ray we're talking about. It's just
but I want to. It's a valid point, is it not? If Ray's made it, it's still valid, right? No. Ray, you're putting Benny top 3 if Griselda and Wu combined.
Hang on. Let me just run through them. No, yeah, I am. Yeah.
Fucking hell. What have you done, Ninja Rose? What have you? I have dedicated, right?
Meth and Deck at the top.
My life. I've defecated.
You defecated more of your life.
I defecated on a microphone.
Wow.
I defecated on a microphone. That's what I've done. I've dedicated more of my life to Ghostface Killer than any other rapper from this podcast, right? And for you to not even consider him hurts. I'm not going to lie. That hurts for the amount of
He's in the middle somewhere. Him and Jazza and...
I think top 2, Ghost for me. Ray probably in there as well. I love Deck, but just thinking solo albums. But he has Starface, I suppose. Anyway, chat. Let us know. I think let's grow this one. It's a bit of a difficult one though. What do you mean by? Do you mean because look, if Benny and all that came out in the 90s, they'd be way ahead of their time, but they didn't. So they're very good at what is essentially being quite derivative. Like there's nothing I've heard on Griselda other than Westside Gunn's production choices, beat choices, executive production choices. Other than that, there's nothing I haven't heard before. So they're a bit derivative, but in terms of lyrical skills, I guess they'd be pretty high up in the Wu-Tang. But I think you'd have to put them. You'd have to put them in the 90s because you can't think about them now because you say they're derivative, but there's been hundreds of thousands of other MCs have come out since the Wu. So you'd have to put them in the Wu in the 90s. And that's when the Wu were peaking. So say Wu-Tang Forever is probably one of the best lyrical displays of Wu, mastery of the English language, I'd have thought. So put them on forever. Put them on Wu forever and then see where they rank. And I think you can do that. I reckon... Benny's amazing. Benny is amazing, but Conway for me, I said it just pulls at my heartstrings. Sort of about his voice, tone of his voice. I don't know.
It's weird though, don't you? Conway's sort of thought of as being a better lyricist than, and even Benny says it on the last track where he's talking about.
I think he is.
Do you lyricist.
Really? What Benny's got,
I suppose the rapper and lyricist are 2 different things, aren't they?
Yeah, he's got this. I love Benny's directness. If I'm being honest, he's so fucking. You'd have to think twice, really, when Benny... He has double entendres. I'm not sleeping on those. But I'm saying, it hits you upside the head. Whereas Conway kind of pulls you through the fucking emotions to get there. At the same, still very, clarity-wise, you're getting it. But, yeah, I don't suppose neither of them switch up their flow as mad... See, I'm going to finish the sentence. I know Ray's going to hate this. As Boldy James. Boldy James's flow has got some he's not even in the pocket at times, whereas Benny's always in the fucking pocket.
Yeah, Benny's a better technical rapper than all of them.
Bosh. So yeah, but let's go into
Free Music Empire's made a good point though. Westside would rank the highest because he's got the best albums, which he does. He's got the best albums out of all of them. Oh, it's difficult.
If you, yeah. See,
Westside's
I think Westside operates,
but better.
Westside operates on a different plane, doesn't he? Because he is a rapper, but he's not really the rapper. Like we're going to talk about Stove God Cooks in a minute, but like Stove God Cooks is above West for me because he's all round game. He's
We're just talking rapping.
Triple threat. I think Stove God, yeah. I think his rapping is probably better than West's. And I've not heard as much. Obviously, we've heard West a lot. And I love Westside, I do. But
neither of them are as good as Benny, though.
Yeah. No, I'll put Benny both of them.
Definitely. Just in all rapping, of them. Just the art of rapping.
Yeah, the art of rapping. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's have a quick look at this, what people are saying. Nick Sheffield just emailed the Mugs playlist. Oh, that you asked for, Ray. I should check that out. That he mentioned a couple of live shows back. Yes, thank you. I might share that with on the socials if that's all good as well. Aaron, preach, Ray. There we go. We know he's got your back. He's always got your back. Osman, Ray's looking back in anger. It seems good. That's why he's here.
That's it. That's it. He always brings them.
Yeah, absolutely. Ninja Rose enjoying the fact that we asked this question. I think the whole drumless loop production has pushed.
Yeah, this was a good point.
Forefront. Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree with that. Westside would rank the highest, says Free Music.
Not as a rapper, though. No way.
He says he has the best albums. I mean,
as an artist. As a rapper,
yeah.
no.
My personal choice top 5 says Ninja Rose is Ghostface, Conway, Ray, Jizza, Benny. Fucking hell. Jizza on that first album is.
Do you not like Jizza, by the way? Behemoth. Right? Did you not?
Love Jizza.
You don't like Jizza? You reckon Jizza's?
He's mid. He's in the mid. Ray.
He's mid.
Ray.
Your
Jizza,
money's getting sucked to the gum under the table.
Jizza, Ghostface Killer. He's just kind of mid.
Fucking.
Have you heard? Anyway, have you heard of Method Man? Have you heard of him?
I love Method Man as well.
And the guys on the front. Have you heard of Method Man?
They're all kind of behemoths.
Method Man is like, yeah, but this is just Ray. This is you, Ray. You just like rapping. You're not interested in artistry.
See, that's such a fucking dickhead thing to say. Like rapping it's a throwaway comment that means nothing about nothing. It's literally the premium level skill, and you're just settling for like, I don't like people that actually rhyme to the beat. I like people that just flow you say not in the pocket, just out of the pocket, like off beat, trying to fit too many syllables into a. It's just fucking.
It's almost like it's an art, isn't it? And
it's not. It's something that people.
It's not an art. It's not an art.
Every time we do this, for people who've only just started listening to us, this happens all the time. We're in the same.
It's because Ray can never just.
No, because what you're saying, what you're presenting there is basically participation trophy. That's what it is. It's participation trophy mentality. Oh, it's art. Anyone can do it. You can just talk randomly, and it's fine. Doesn't matter if it doesn't rhyme. You don't need drums on beats. Let's not have beats and rhymes. Let's have lullabies and just fucking.
My kid could do that. It's the classic. My kid could do that. Oh, rough guy. My kid could do that. It's that.
That's literally what you're saying. No, that's what you're saying.
I'm saying
it's art though. It's art. It's fine. Anything
you're
goes.
Saying that you're
accept
one of those
anything.
People who only likes realistic paintings and doesn't like any abstract paintings.
No, again, you're using a ridiculous fucking metaphor. A false equivalence that's got nothing to do with anything.
That's not really good equivalence.
I know it isn't, because painting and 3D media and all the rest of it, it's a whole fucking different thing. We're talking about 90s hip hop, boom bap shit, beats and rhymes. Give me some fucking drums and some fucking lyrics that actually fucking rhyme.
Funny thing is, we're not actually talking about 90s hip hop. We're talking about 2022 hip hop today. So, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but 90s inspired hip hop, which Jambo just said was derivative. But that's exactly why we love it. Because it's derivative.
If Ray was born 10 years earlier, he just wants another Tyler the Creator album. The hip hop. I want the party stuff. That's what he'd be doing now. It's just because you like what you liked when you were like 17. That's the only reason. If you're 10, you'd be loving.
No, because it's again, you're wrong. Because everything that came before that, the hip, hub, that's what developed into what was amazing about the 90s, and what just Like what Meth is still. Have you heard Meth's that latest track? Meth and RJ Payne.
RJ Payne. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it when we get to RJ.
Anyway, it's good to know nothing's changed,
ridiculous.
and you're still everything's still happily, comfortably like it always is.
I don't know if what value people find in it as much as I don't find, because it's a conversation I can never have a resolution at the end. So that's where I'm at with it, which is like, that's fine though.
It's like Israel and Palestine.
You both got valid points. I know where I stand on it, but there are people who stand on Ray's side with it, which is kind of fine. Because
listen, some of the other albums we're going to go into today really fucking demonstrates this exact fucking point.
So can I just say, from my point of view, I enjoy a bit of rapping. I love a bit of Cannabis. I love Benny when he's doing that, but I can also appreciate other things. But what you're saying is, no, none of that is appreciable.
No, because what you're saying, you're dismissing a whole style of rapping by calling it rappity rapping. But Cannabis isn't the same as Meth. Oh, they're both rappity rapping. It's fine. Let's just put them in one. What are you talking about?
I think
Meth is Meth. There's no one else like him. Cannabis is Cannabis. There's fucking no one else like him.
So what was your point?
Probably true.
The point is, you're saying everyone's rappity rapping, and then no one fits into rappity rapping category.
All I'm saying
you're
is,
just throwing everyone.
I like the stuff that you like. I can appreciate it.
Oh, we're all on the same side, so we're okay.
I like this.
Why
stuff,
don't we talk about Talent Talk 4?
I'm saying you don't appreciate anything other than the stuff that you particularly like. You don't appreciate anything other than one style of hip hop.
It's just, I guess I dispute what you're saying. Oh, there's other styles of hip hop. I'm just saying it's not even fucking hip hop. It's noise, which was one of the albums that fucking Cam made us listen to today. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, there's
only one. I was wondering whether both of you'd hate both of them, but
I love that, and I'm ready for Ray for that because I know where Ray comes from, and I'm fine with it. That's the thing.
Anyway, we're 15 minutes in, and we've done one album. Good stuff.
15 minutes and up, exactly.
Good
this is what I'm
stuff.
saying. And so there you go, Conway the Machines. God Don't Make Mistakes. What an album! But what do you think to the album? Let us know in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we shall catch you on the flip side where we're talking Talent Talk 4. Get involved. All these reviews are coming your way. So yes, keep it locked. Boom.